Welcome back to Daytime, everyone. We all love spending the long sunny days of summer outdoors with our furry companions, but that can be dangerous. Even the healthiest pets can suffer from dehydration, heat stroke, and sunburn if overexposed to the heat. Dr. Melissa Webster is here with some simple precautions we can all take to keep our pets safe. Good to have you here.
Oh, well, thank you for having me.
Let's talk about heat stroke first of all. What are some of the signs that your pet may be heading in that direction or suffering from heat stroke?
Some of the, especially in a dog, and sometimes with the cats also, they'll pant first excessively. You'll see them open mouth breathing, and you can notice if they're panting by their sides going really rapidly. That's one of the first things that you'll see. If you're at the dog park, your dog may just stop and just quit. And then they can vomit. Unfortunately, they have diarrhea. Those are pretty obvious ones. They can be walking kind of like they've been drinking a little bit. We call it in a stupor or ataxia, but they're kind of walking oddly.
So apart from keeping our dogs in, how can we prevent this from happening?
Well, choose the right time of day to go exercise with your dog. If you can do it earlier in the morning or at the end of the evening, that helps. But avoid the high peak times during the day. Or if you have to go out during those peak times, definitely touch the concrete or the asphalt or pavers for that matter and see how hot they are.
Right.
And just try and limit the time.
Even having enough water out there with you isn't going to really help, is it?
Well, it helps if they'll drink it.
Right.
I mean, cats are cats. They'll do their own thing. They're probably not going to drink. The dogs may be so excited they may not drink when they need to.
What about the collars that you can put ice cubes in? Does that help? Do you know?
I think it helps a little bit, but does it dramatically lower their body temperature enough? No.
Probably not. What if you suspect your dog or cat has heat stroke? What do you do?
The most important thing is remove them from that situation right away. Ideally, bring them into air conditioning. If you are out at the dog park, put them in the car and put them in front of the AC so the AC can blow in their face. And then please bring them to your veterinarian right away, even if you suspect it. We had a little dog come in who she just stopped at the dog park, and the owner didn't recognize heat stroke. And when the dog came in, her temperature was 107. And they can, aside from dealing with the signs of the heat stroke and the trouble with their heart and their lungs, they can have trouble with their blood later on and develop clotting problems, and some unusual autoimmune diseases can incite. So bring your pet to the vet, but get them inside, offer them water, and try and, we don't use ice baths anymore, just like with people. I was going to say,
if people take them into their homes and throw them into a cold bath, that could really...
That can actually do more damage than help. So just maybe put some water on the pet and just tap water, not cold or anything like that, and they'll evaporate off in the AC. That will help lower their body temperature.
I understand there's some vets that will come to you, right? If you have a hard time getting your pet in a car, or maybe they freak out every time, you can
we do
house calls.
Yes, house calls we do at our practice, and we had that because clients were asking, and we have some cats that just will cry incessantly in the car, and by the time they reach the practice, they're open mouth breathing and having a terrible time. So, and dogs that may be overweight or just panic in the car. So we do house calls to help the pets.
Okay, what pets are more susceptible to heat stroke than others?
Well, pets that may be overweight, and unfortunately national statistics are about 85% of our household pets are overweight. So a lot of our animals at risk there, just that being said, and with those percentages. And then animals with heart disease or respiratory troubles can be the biggest dogs at risk in particular, or cats again.
Any particular breeds that are more susceptible?
Any of the smush-nosed dogs, such as a pug or a bulldog, can be more susceptible, or beautiful Persians or Himalayans, any of the flat-faced animals that we call brachycephalic.
Look at them.
Yeah, they're cute.
Oh, they are. You have to be so careful. And you know, you mentioned drooling, the sign of heat stroke. I mean, a lot of dogs and some cats drool, and you just think, oh, hey, they're just drooling, but no, watch
We have to just couple it with what were they doing.
Right.
Sometimes houses need to be tented, and I had a client just gathering up the animals and putting the animals in the crates, but she was leaving them on the patio, not realizing that they were in the direct sun. So just kind of plan ahead if you can. And most of us as veterinarians are happy to receive your animals for day board or boarding them to avoid those situations of putting your animals at risk.
So important. Dr. Melissa Webster, thank you very, very much for coming in today.
Oh, thank you for having me today.
And congratulations on your new rescue.
Oh, good, yes.
We'll be right back with more Daytime, so don't go away.